and roll in like I do. It's Garage Talk, all sports. That's it, period. Let's get it most poppin'. Now let's go straight to it, y'all. We got the NBA 2023 playoffs. Let's go, because we all know that there's nothing better than some NBA playoff basketball. That much is known. Okay, but can you tell me this? Because there's some veterans, some old heads in the game, if you will. And I need to know, I might have some answers, but I need you to chime in. Who needs it most? A championship, a ring, a chip. Who needs it the most? I'm talking LeBron, Curry, Butler, KD, AD, CP3. Those guys, the all heads in the game. A championship. Let's get into it. Straight into it. But before we do, y'all know, hit that subscribe. Hit that alert button for Garage Talk Most Poppin' so y'all can get in on this content and get in those comments just as well. Because, you know, we'll show some love. We'll throw y'all under. But let's get straight into it. So I mentioned LeBron James, the king, right? You know, some may call him the GOAT. Some may say he's chasing the GOAT. Jordan, we all know. I'm one of the Jordan guys. I can't even help but say it. But at the end of the day, for him to get a ring this year, because that's where the question is based off of, who needs it the most. If LeBron can get a ring this year, that helps him build his case for everyone who says he's already the GOAT. All right? Now, if you're one of the people who are on the fence, who say he might be behind MJ, then this helps to help his case even more, put him into that conversation. I still don't know personally if he gets a ring this year, if it does it for me. I just don't know, man. It's like kind of an eye test. It's more than a statistical thing. I'ma always ride with MJ. But who needs it the most? LeBron definitely needs this to add this to his resume because it's gonna help the man. You're already the all-time leading scorer. You got 4 rings. You're going on 5. So that's gonna put you in the mix with Jordan as far as everyone wants to throw the numbers out there. And so ultimately, can you finish? And here's the big one for me, right? We all know how great Jordan was, and we all know the conversation between LeBron and Jordan and who's who and who's going to be the greatest. I think this one is huge because he gets a ring this year. He's finishing strong. We saw Jordan in the Wizards. We saw kind of how it tainted out, and this is just being a human. But can LeBron finish strong? He definitely needs it. Moving on. Curry, bruh. So obviously the babyface assassin, he got the best shooter ever in the game. I'll check that box. Tell me who's not. Tell me who you got, because I think we all know that Curry's the best shooter in the game. And just like LeBron, that man has 4 going on 5 rings. So yes, that helps him to start to build a case, which brings me to my second point buildish. I'll combine them together. He has 2 without KD, so he can do this by himself. It's proven. To get 1 alone, I mean, the Nuggets, we don't got 1 as a whole franchise. This dude has 2 without KD, has 4 altogether. And then you got to look at it like this. This is where Curry starts to really position himself in, okay, and I'm not trying to be a young buck. I know there was a lot of old cats in the game who did the thing, but I might put Curry top 3 best ever if he can get a ring. Again, going back, who needs it the most? If Curry can get a ring, you have to, and I think I've heard it said on ESPN, and I agree, you have to put him in that top 3-ish conversation. When you're the best shooter ever, you got 5 rings, okay, and there's probably several much more to build off of that. So, Curry, he definitely needs that. And then kind of to cap it off, that's what I was going to say. When you look at all that combined, the whole respect level changes. It has to change. So this one means something. All right, moving on, guys. Butler. I like this one. He's not like the first 2 where he's chasing the all-time greatness. All right, Butler's going to go down as a super solid top NBA player. But what a ring could do if he can get a ring this year, it shows what work does when it pays off, right? I see Butler, I see Miami. They were in the tournament playing. They lost the game. They bounce back. They come in strong, knock off the first round, head to the second round. They're probably going to knock off New York. Let's just be honest. They're going to probably knock off the Knicks. And then who's the one doing all this work? Putting the team on his back. Butler. They've been to the finals back in 2019, get knocked off by the Lakers. Who thought they was going to be there that year? Who think they can be there this year? We're dead heat in the middle, and sometimes I like to go back and watch this. I'll note it for myself. It is 2023, again in the NBA playoffs. Butler's been a factor. And again, you look back in 2019 when they made it to the finals. No one's counting this guy. Go into the next year. We're still not going to, and be honest with yourself, we're still not going to call Miami a favorite. We'll probably throw 3 people ahead or 3 teams ahead of them in the East alone. But this guy somehow manages to put him on the back and put him in a position where they can get a chip. And if he can do that, it's like the ultimate underdog story. Yeah, man, that puts a notch on his record. So I'm kind of rooting for that Butler move outside of my Nuggets because this is our year, buddy. This is our year. Okay, moving on. Alrighty. KD. Definitely a veteran who I think could benefit off of a ring. Definitely could benefit off of a ring. Just look at it. I'm going to be honest. When you look at, again, so going back to the first really LeBron-ish type player, chasing greatness. I always, in my kind of generation coming up, we could easily put KD top 3-ish, right? You got Jordan. You got LeBron. KD, in my book, was supposed to be that guy, number 3. I feel like it's really a choice for him, whether he wants to turn it on. And he's definitely solid. You know what you got out of KD. But I just feel like it's really up to him whether he wants to be that third it in the NBA history. But let's just kind of look at it for what it is. 2 rings. Both with the Warriors. And I think that's kind of the notch on him. And that's kind of what I had down. You had to shed that skin if you can get this ring. Because that kind of leaves back the past of the rings. Oh, you got with the Warriors and Curry. No. I got a ring by myself. Booker and them. Okay, but I had to help the young bucks in the league come to fruition. I did that. Let's look on. And then if you also look at KD, man, you're always the best player on the court. Tell me not. Even when they play us, we're locked up with Phoenix right now. Dead heat in the playoffs. Jokic, man, okay, that's debatable. But most times, KD is the best player on the court, bar none. So, are you going to show us that you're that guy? A ring will do that. So that's what a ring does for an old vet like you. And that's what you got to do if you're going to be on this list of Bucks that I'm naming right now. And I'm not talking about Milwaukee. We'll get into that another story. All right, moving on. AD. This one, y'all might get salty. I feel AD's a little bit overrated. I feel AD, his time's coming up. He's definitely on my list of veterans. You need a ring, bro. You definitely, and don't tell me about the bubble ring. Nah, I'm not going to say scratch that, but it's kind of like to the point with the Lakers, they like to say the Lakers is as AD goes right now. And that's kind of health dependent. But, and this is what I wrote down, injury sucks. Injuries, they do suck. And AD's, to my opinion, is a little bit injury prone. But you know what can kind of scratch and make injuries and heal wounds? Championships. So when you're a veteran, and I ask the question, what does a ring do for a veteran? Bro, a championship heals wounds. And the championships makes you worthy of the stock that people put on your name. Hey, bro, I'm not knocking you as a basketball player. You dang good. Damn good. But at this point, as good as you are, with Bronny on your team, it's a ring, bro. A ring. You need a ring. And that's just kind of my stance on AD. Because he's that good. But we need that performance more consistently, in my opinion. And that's my opinion, because it's a Garage Talk all sports. Let's get it. CP3. Now this one's a little bit kind of funny too. Listen to me. CP3 getting a ring is good for his resume. I call it, CP3 getting I gotta throw a shout out to my boy T-Sav Travis. He hates this, man, but you know what, we're gonna keep it real though, because he's an old head who needs a ring in the league. It's a feel-good story for CP3. Players Association, pillar of the league, look good with Jake Farm. It's just kind of what I call an NBA hallmark, if you will. It just feels good if CP3 gets a ring. So why not vote for the hallmark NBA chip for CP3? Now I'm joking, but in all reality, I know that boy wants a ring super bad. So what does it do for him? It solidifies him into the NBA history. CP3 is a dang good point guard. He gets a ring, that notches him in. That really does notch him in. And I'm sure there's other veterans maybe that you guys can think of. Of course, there's who need a ring, but these guys are still active in the playoffs right now. So this dream and this ring and this whole situation is real current for them. And just before I let y'all go, I got this. There's some guys who already got clipped. Kawhi, he was in the playoffs. I think he definitely needs a ring, the Clippers. And he could have got that with Russ. And Russ definitely needs a ring. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know in the comments, guys, because I know y'all know what's up too. Out of the guys I named, which one would you say needs it the most? That's what we're talking about. Who needs a ring the most for the old heads? Wait, let that roll out. Garage Talk, all sports most popular. Let's get it in, baby.